Can't miss our next lovely lady, as we're going to visit with Happy, our Asian elephant. The first thing you'll notice about an elephant is her size. She weighs approximately 10,000 pounds. She eats fruits, vegetables, 200 pounds of hay, and 60 gallons of water each day. The elephant's trunk is an incredible tool with over 40,000 muscles in it. That's more than the entire human body. It's got a finger-like appendage at the end. With it, she can pick up an egg without breaking it, or tear down a small tree with great force. And if you saw the Animal Planet show, The Zoo, you know that twice a week she receives special baths and pedicures. She has an Olympic-sized swimming pool that she only uses when it rains.
That's funny. She only uses a pool when it rains.
10 years I've seen her in the pool twice.
Similar to the markhorse, except their horns are much smaller and curved backwards towards the back.
Today I'm going to take you on a tour of Asia, with stops in China, India, Cambodia, Nepal, and Tibet, all without ever leaving the beautiful Bronx. The Wildlife Conservation Society manages 5 parks in the New York City area: the Bronx Zoo, Central Park Zoo, Queens Zoo, Prospect Park Zoo, and the New York Aquarium on Coney Island. We also manage over 300 scientists in 60 countries throughout the world. We're working hard to save wildlife in wild places. You being here today helps us to do just that.
It would come back here, but I don't think for another judge who,
We don't have any, so you're way ahead of us.
Oh, okay. And so you're back. Are you working right now?
not
Forced detentions visited on him or her. This is not merely a definitional question. Now, whether Happy wins or loses, New York's Court of Appeals decision will be America's first on the foremost non-human animal rights issue of our time. But there will be, win or lose, many, many more.
Happy deserves her freedom because she has autonomy. She's extraordinarily cognitively complex.
This is a symbolic case. In many ways, this has nothing to do with Happy the elephant. It has to do with trying to establish personhood for non-human animals. And my position is simply, I think that's a great idea, but I think as long as most of us are eating them, wearing them, hunting them, using them for all sorts of frivolous purposes, it's not clear to me how we're going to establish this, through this sort of case. But look, I've been wrong various times of my life, and I may be wrong about this. The New York Court of Appeals may decide to declare that non-human animals are persons, or at least Happy is a person. And the next thing is I will be filing a suit saying that, well, veganism has to be legally imposed, because it's a denial of the personhood of the animals that we're eating. I mean, there's no greater way to deny personhood than to kill and eat someone. I've always thought you can't solve this problem in the courts. This has got to be a cultural change. People who love their dogs and cats have to ask themselves, why is it that I treat some animals as members of my family and other animals I stick forks into? We need, as a cultural matter, it's really in the end not something that I think is ultimately going to be solved by courts and lawyers.